Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces April 19, 2022. Circumstances may be such that you have more decision-making responsibility today. With a Mercury-Saturn minor challenge, you may need to deal with more than the usual inconveniences or unwelcome advice and critique, but nothing you can't handle. Try not to take offhand remarks too seriously, even if they appear contrary. Making edits could work to your benefit. Once you rise above minor problems, you'll find good energy for gaining someone's support or backing for a work or life path goal, and this feels good. With today's moon transit, you also want to feel that you're growing, learning, and improving. Your optimism is contagious today, and you will find that this good mood will help you overcome any difficulties you may encounter. Sprinkle your speeches with a pinch of humor and remind those around you that you don't have to take things so seriously. The sun shines for you and you walk with your head held high and a smile on your face. A real pleasure. Today it seems that your usual energy and enthusiasm, especially to communicate with others, have left you. If you are not careful, misunderstandings will arise with your business colleagues or with your partner. They could get into a fight. Therefore, you should pay special attention to those who try to communicate with you. Admit it, today you will have to try harder to avoid friction. Get ready. It is often said that the routine remains a danger to the couple. Almost always deadly, this sensation destroys what was thought to be timeless. Know that antidotes exist. These must be added to daily life naturally. Start the mechanism as soon as the first signs of trouble appear. Surprise your partner by scheduling moments away from everyday worries. Maintain the flame of passion with small acts or gestures. Take action and you won't regret it. The stars pamper your sentimental life. Throughout the day you will go from surprise to surprise. Venus watches over your love affairs. Might as well take advantage of the situation if you have projects in sight. As a couple, today, the stars are giving you some good ideas for your relationship to find a good dynamic. You like challenges, your partner too. Don't try to make your partner jealous, that's not the right technique. Connecting with someone who's at a distance from you? Despite the chemistry or spiritual connection or lack thereof you're currently experiencing with this person, today's astro weather could be the reason you're second-guessing the entire situation or, worse, experiencing feelings of insecurity with regards to coming together. The good news is, you have Mercury leading the way in Aries via your 10th house of authority. Still, the moon, your planetary ruler, will be joining forces with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces via your expansive 9th house of adventure, belief systems, and unknown territory. You don't have a map, but you have an inner compass. Consider your investments. Whatever you choose to commit to could dramatically transform your professional life, mutual financial partnerships, and even your assets. The opportunity may arise when Venus in Pisces squares the North Node in Scorpio. Venus is ready to invest in unique assets, resources, and partnerships, perhaps commitments you have never done before. However, the tension may arise as these proposed commitments could lead you to a different professional community or towards an aspiration you were not initially following. Although your career could go in a different direction, it could be worth it. Until she leaves your financial sector next week, Venus will remain out front, and with 3 planets now following in her footsteps, this puts her in pole position. Whatever comes next, the first step is to work with Venus as she works to fuel your financial confidence but also give you something to strive for. Venus is all about the what and not the when, where, and how. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration, be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. You're feeling a little torn, to say the least. You can identify with both sides of the argument. It's really a choice about which one to pick. Or is it? If possible, try to remove yourself from the situation. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. The world has changed since last year, and no one of us is immune to changes occurring in our personal lives. Giving has taken on new meaning. We must give of our minds, not our pocketbooks. We must open up to a new way of living with others. Take this period of change seriously, and you will not be left behind. Yoga is a wonderful practice for giving power to the mind to show the body a new way of being. Your freedom of expression may feel very important to you on this day. If you get the feeling that someone is stepping on your toes or moving in on your work, you may find yourself acting very defensively. You take pride in your work, and this is a natural feeling, but take care not to become so protective of your creation that you ignore what may only be constructive criticism. You might just find the comments given will bring even better results. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury in Taurus and the Scorpio moon lend positive and airy vibes to the day, allowing us to chat and analyze our emotions. The moon is in the via combusta degrees of Scorpio, so we could get up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Try not to let your ego get the better of your emotions, and have patience with both yourself and those around you. While we're cosmically set to get an emotional reprieve later in the morning, today might not be an easy day. As the afternoon progresses, the moon begins to form harsh aspects with Venus and Mars. Emotions that we've repressed might begin to affect us, though we won't necessarily have the tools to release them just yet. A cerebral energy could put us in an obsessive headspace, so try not to fall down any social media rabbit holes or stalk your ex online. Thus, energy also gives us the motivation to make money and build security. Unfortunately, the planet of action could meet with some resistance from Saturn. Try not to make any spontaneous or premature financial moves. Take stock of your finances in the coming days and form a plan to resolve any lingering debt you may have. In the early morning, the Scorpio moon trines Mercury in Taurus, supporting sound judgment. Although it is typically difficult to make decisions during the Scorpio moon, justice, liberation, and truth act as conceptual guides. Gray areas take on clear definition. There is an obvious choice if we want to stay in line with our ethics and end up on the right side of history. Although we can make important elections now, this is also a great influence for handling less serious business. Getting together with friends, working on group projects, or doing volunteer work within our communities are all favored. Our perspective can be communicated without ruffling feathers or alienating those who we need to have on our side. Sharing opinions openly and authentically breeds trust and diffuses enmity. Mid-afternoon, the moon opposes Chiron in Aries, triggering events that cause us to feel insecure. We may still be able to communicate our ideas effectively, however, underneath a facade of objectivity, our behavior is being governed by painful recollections of our past. Certain interactions remind us that life isn't always fair. Perhaps we have been slighted in a way that feels unjust. Feeling unworthy or incapable can find us seeking out support, placing pressure on friends or partners to uplift us. In this way, we risk turning our back on own desires to align with others' interests, conceivably to escape persecution. Hiding from our uniqueness only serves to distance ourselves from our intuition. Be mindful that others like us for who we are, not how well we can chameleon ourselves to their agendas.